Hold on. Oh, where am I needed for myself? Ah, there we go. I'm trying to see if I can get the iPad text a little bigger. Do that maybe. Is that better or worse? Trying to make it so that when I'm using my iPad to read chat, it's bigger, but probably would have to change the settings on my iPad text. I don't want to do that. Okay. Just to be tiny, that's fine. You get your stream manager, recenter that. Hi, Serge. Hi, Nomi. Interesting. On my iPad stream manager, it's not showing me y'all's badges. That's interesting. Okay. So I will just say I don't know how long I'm actually going to be painting for, and I say that because the setup is a little bit annoying. Yeah. It's just a very tight corner. I need a better setup for painting on stream if I'm going to do this consistently, but it's probably like my third time ever doing it on stream. Second. I don't remember. So hopefully everything's working properly. I'm going to switch music because the problem with Minecraft music playlist is it has too many downtime moments. So yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna go. We'll see. Okay, is it still facing the right direction? It is! Let's go! 1 second, I need to finish my drink. I didn't realize I didn't finish it before I started. I was too distracted thinking through what colors to use. Also gonna move the Pokemon question mark a little bit to the side. I realized that was an annoying spot for this variant of this scene. Okay. Yeah, ideally I would probably have this table moved out a little bit so that the chair... I don't know, I'd have to find a way to make it work because the issue here is this is a desk and the chair opening for, you know, your legs to go into ends here and there's shelves the rest of this way. So I can't just slide in here. Even if I would fit with where my desk is over that way. I think that was on frame. It was not on frame. There we go. That way. So, as you can see, we've got 6 piles of pieces here. I'm not sure. I think the camera's in a good spot. I may have to move it. I'm sorry if it moves around a lot. The problem is with the way it's set up. It's gonna jostle a little bit every time I move because it's wobbly. But I did bring point of reference for everybody. Looking at these blobs, you pieces, is it gonna... There we go. Maybe? I don't think my hand needs... Well... Can we get it to focus? That's the question. There we go. That's... No, it's out of focus. Where are my cameras at? There we go. There. Okay. So if I... Sorry about that. I'm just trying to get it to focus on it. Okay. I think I was better off just doing this. Focus. Okay. It's gonna be a butt. I'm gonna have to do it not through stream, otherwise I'm never gonna get it to focus on what I want it to focus on. Okay, there we go. this is a painted one, finished one. Come on. There we go. That's probably about where I have to put that. Wonder. I zoom in with the focus. I probably should have played with this a little bit more. But this is a finished one. This is not the color scheme I'm going for with this set. We're actually going to go more of a uniform route with this set of mandos, because with this set I did if you can kind of see, this is a two-tone almost camo look. Damn it, I just whereas with this one I think we're gonna go with one tone, and it's gonna be the same color for each one. If I'm very careful, one sec, I can bring down one of the other ones. You can kind of see that I did like a couple different variants. I think this is blue and blue. Like a teal with a lighter teal. There was a blue and green one. I think it's the other blue one. So, yeah, we're gonna do a slightly different color scheme because these are like the normal Mandalorian like loyalists, I guess, like maybe the royal, not really the royal loyalists because they weren't using weapons, but the more of the traditional mandos. And then this set, which I will show you the actual packaging for, is the mall mandos technically. Yeah, super commandos, but I don't ever intend. Okay, I can't say that. I don't intend to play the game anytime soon, probably. So I don't care about it necessarily being perfect. Oop, there's an Azuril in chat. But I also want to have fun with it. I was like, it also doesn't matter how I paint it. Like, you could get super strict about it, but I'm not gonna do competitive ever. So I want to have fun with it. I do also have another tray over here that's got 3 different Ahsokas on it and a Padme that also need painted. We are going to work on the Padme's cloak a little bit because I ignore the pencil sharpener going off in the background. I glued together the cape today, and I noticed that there's some... It will not focus. Alright, let me try something. If I do this, is that better? Yeah, I think that's a little better. Some of the color didn't quite sit right with how it sits together, and how there's like some of it, like here, there's not really the right amount of off-white and that kind of stuff. So I want to do a little bit more of like on this, like paint over some of the seams as well. Overall, she's very close to being done. Well, the body is close to being done. The face looks spooky. So that's where I'm gonna have to, not on stream, have a lot of patience one day, and paint that once I figure out how to. But like the rest of her is almost done. But I was like, oh, glue the body together, and then I looked at it and I was like, oh, this needs a little help. But first, we'll work on the mandos. Let me see. I want to mix some color together with the mandos. What I'm going to do, I'm going to switch out where. Let's not do that. Switch out what you guys can see for the moment. And we might zoom back out. We'll zoom back in once we get to actual painting. Nice, Serge, you caught it. This was for the white, so I need to keep that in order. Excuse me. So, well, off-white, the rather milky white, which we don't necessarily need any more of because we have it right there. So for this, we've got a few colors that I'm gonna put together, but mainly I think I'll need black for this. I might need a little bit. I just have to be very careful if I do that. Mainly we need these two colors. I wonder why. Cause I don't actually have a dark turquoise. I have a bunch of light turquoises, but I can't just add black to those, so I'm gonna have to mix my own today. Also, I wanted to show this color. I don't know if we're gonna actually use it today, but I wanted to show you guys it because it's so pretty. Is the music too loud, by the way? Somebody let me know if it's a bit much. But look at this color. Look it. I'm excited for whatever I end up using this for. It looks so cool. I was buying paint for a completely different project for something I made for my brother and his wife for their wedding gift. And I was like, you know what? I was like, do I want to get it? There was a bunch of pearlized colors. Some of them were really cool. I might go back and get more. It's like, do I get it? Do I not get it? And I was like, you know what? I'm buying all this stuff for everybody else. I can buy one thing for myself. I could spend $6 on a really cool paint that I will use for something. It might end up being part of today's Mandalorian things. Who knows? I haven't decided yet. What I have decided is, you know, how the other ones... Where did I put them? Okay. Other ones have the silver armor, right? I'm gonna make them different because I'm going to use gold. So we're going to use some of my new gold paint. I had 3 different golds to pick from, and I still don't know for sure that I picked the right one. So if I hate this, we'll paint over it with the other gold. One of the others. I was like, I don't know, it's hard to tell by the packaging, but I think this one's got a little more red to it, which is what I think I want in this case. I also grabbed the metallic black to use in case I feel like that makes sense for some bits of it. As you kind of saw, if you noticed, the black bits on the other Mandalorians, they already kind of are shiny. Acrylic paint kind of has a natural shine to it as it is, so I don't know. But if I grab Iden here, there is a difference. I think you can see it. Oh, here, let me do this. Like, it's really hard to tell not in person, but like there's bits of like her helmet, if I do it like sideways, where like the eyes are a little shinier than the rest of it, because I did the eyes in the shiny black. Also that bit like on the shoulder, it's supposed to be stripes. It's like supposed to be 2 stripes, but oh, you can't see it if I pulled it there. 2 stripes, but I couldn't quite get it separated enough, so I just did the whole shoulder thing in red. So it's like, it's close enough. But that was fun. It was like all black, but then there's parts of it that are red. So I ended up painting the armor all in the metallic black, but it's kind of hard to see that without looking at it too closely. And then, of course, I've also got Iden's little droid with his little red eye. And some interesting details. If I, like, can you see that? I can see it. I don't know that you guys can see it. But there's like rings of silver underneath, a little bit of black and stuff, so that he's very shiny in certain ways. He looks a little bit, what's the word? Multi-dimensional? I don't know. He looks a little bit worn. There was the word I was looking for. So, yeah. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, right. So we need gold. I think I want to reserve this section of it for the blue, because this might get exponentially a bit messy. So we're gonna go over here with the gold. With that much, and we'll see. I don't think I need to add water to this one. We'll see. I may change my mind on that. Normally add a bit of water, but is it? Sorry, every time I tap it to like make it focus, it shakes. There we go. I was like, it's not focusing. Okay. This yellow wants to stay shut. I wonder why. Okay. I'm trying to think the best way to do this. So I don't need that much paint because I want to add water to it. So I just need to get the color close to right, and I can always recreate more if I need to. Interestingly, that one decided to stick on that side and not this side. Okay. I didn't quite want that much. I don't think that's going to be very green. Very teal. What's a good mixing brush? I have my brushes like right here. But I gotta like lean down and look underneath my camera for which one should I use? This'll work. So how's everybody's Wednesdays? Funny thing is I have chat in 2 different places and I keep actually glancing over at my monitor instead of the iPad I have set up so I can see it right in front of me. Okay, I'm gonna have to hold this up to the light 1 second. It's really hard to see. Oop! I just spilled paint. Dang it. Forgot the other paint was there. Hold on. I've already made a mess. Good thing I was wearing my pink shirt. Okay, where did it go? Other than on me. Into the gold paint, which is not where I wanted it to go. Did it go on the floor? No. Okay. Somehow, miraculously, it didn't go on the floor. Okay. It's not. Oh, there we go. There we go. Crisis averted. Just trying to make sure I didn't get it, like, on anything I didn't want to get it on. Okay. Put this back the way it was because I had it that way for a reason. Sorry about the table shaking, chat. Okay. Oh, I know what I can do to kind of see. So I actually think I need a little bit more. You probably can't see that very well, can you? So looking at this, I don't know how it's showing up for you guys, but I think it needs a little bit more green. Not too bad since you've been home after work. Before that, well, that's another story. Oh, goodness. Oh, I need to be careful not get too much. Oop. The thing I know about this blue is that it is really dark. It takes a lot of yellow to make it green. There we go. But as I'm trying to make a very like subtle color, was okay with that. Alright, now what do we got? Yeah, that's what I wanted. So let me just very carefully, because we still have watery paint over here. Hold that up to where you guys can kind of see it. I don't know how well the color is coming across. It's... I think it might be a little bit more... kind of want to add just a smidgen of blue back in. That might not be too green. Hold on. I'm using... I think it's just the lighting, I think. Alright, you know what? Hi, dragon! Like, I just want the tiniest bit more blue. Is there a place I can tell it to autofocus a little bit better? It's on auto. And it's not autofocusing because it clearly... I don't know what it's done. The dogs are going crazy. No one is surprised. And then we take this over here. Wild Corpus is in chat if anyone wants to catch it. And yes, you should go follow Surge. Surge is cool. Fun streamer. I'm totally not obligated to say that. No, I have to be very careful. Come on. Just a little. I think that'll be right. Balance of water to paint. We'll find out. Oh, look at that. I already had paint in my hands. Woo. Right at it. It's funny, before stream I was debating like what color to do. And I was going back and forth between like 6 different variants of pink and purple and magenta and burgundy and stuff. And then I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? Why am I thinking about it this hard? Obviously I should do turquoise. Like, why am I debating? Like, there's an obvious answer to this. After that, it was a very easy, like, okay, so don't have the color, so I'm gonna have to mix one. Cool. Guess what I need for that? Easy 2 colors. You just need green and blue. Green and blue? Blue and yellow. I can word. As I look. Look, dragon. Look, Mousy. Hi, Mousy, by the way. Okay, it's so pretty. This color. Is it probably going to be in this project? Oh, so now it focuses when there's something else in the way. That's funny. But I just wanted to show chat because it's so pretty. It is so blurry, I know. Now it's focused on that. It is zoomed in right now. I could unzoom in. It's called Pearlized Golden Green. If it'll focus, you would be able to read it, but it's not focusing for some reason. I make it focus? I don't know. Camera being stupid. Yeah, no, I can't get it to focus on that for some reason. I don't know what it's doing. But I may choose to use it in this at some point. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Okay, now that we've got the colors, we're gonna rearrange this again. Pull these guys back over here. Put this here. It's funny, as I was putting these on this plate, and because I had them on a different plate originally, and I switched it out for reasons. As I was moving it around and making sure each of them were kind of grouped in their little groups, I realized that one pile had 2 heads, and one of them had 0 heads. Then I had to sit there and figure out which head went to which. That was fun. Which one do we start with? Okay, so I guess the question is, if I'm holding it like, I've got to actually hold on. Let me sit properly. By properly, I mean probably improperly, but sit the way I intend to sit. This is gonna shake, sorry. Table's wobbly. Okay. If I knew how to fix that, I would. Mindful where I put my hands. Okay. So if I hold this here, which one's that? Okay, Stream Manager. Excuse you. iPad, hello? You were supposed to tell me. Oh, hold on. It's a good thing I haven't started painting yet. I can fix that. I knew I forgot something. 1 second. Also, okay, the rest of that should be good because we are on SMP. Okay, watered. Gotta put it on the right one. Okay. So if I hold this like this, can you guys don't just don't drink the brushes, the water you clean your brushes in? Nope. That's right there. The water for the paint is here, and my other cup that I just drank out of is over there. I promise it was a completely different water. So if I hold this here, can you guys... I feel like that's out of focus, for one. If I do this, does it look better? It's been forever since I did this. It does look like it would be better if it would focus on the right thing. Well, can I get it to focus on the right thing? No, it's worse. Yeah, well, see, if I had a proper camera, that'd be one thing. Okay. I do think it's going to just end up being in and out of focus a lot, and I apologize. I don't have a proper camera for this. Okay. So looking at, I just picked up random one. Also, this music not playing. Excuse me. There you go. Okay, let me pull. That's a reason I grabbed these guys so I could actually look at. Okay. So I don't think I see too much of a difference. The fun part is trying to tell exactly which parts are supposed to be armor and which parts aren't. I'm probably just gonna end up making it up as I go. Like, I can't tell for sure. But okay, those side bits there are probably armor. Probably. Wait, I have the thing. I should just look at this. Hold on. Which guy are you? Okay, yeah, those side bits are supposed to be armor. Okay, cool. That helps. That help a lot. Okay. Oh, you know what I didn't pour? I would just use. No, I used some black. Where is it? Oh, that's going to the side, but that's fine. Lucy, are you okay? What you going on about, huh? I'm gonna set that in there. I've got the black paint in the water now. You can just let it sit and it'll auto water by itself. Actually, I want something a little more precise than that one. Let's grab this one. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna go in with our blue-green mixture. And we're just gonna see if what I paint as not armor looks right. Because if it looks right, then who cares? Okay. Now it is gonna take a couple coats for this to take. Okay. Honestly, to me, kind of just looks like I should just paint the backpack bit the blue. Because I'll just put the backpack on it, obviously. Because I'm totally just I would totally just leave triangle hole in his back instead. Totally. I think his mistakes are fine. Because especially at this stage, I'm not in the last stage of trying to get the last bits done. So this is first coat of paint. The white stuff is just primer. It's not actual. Well, I mean, it is paint, but it's not actual, like, paint. It's supposed to help the paint stick. Now, in theory, these minis are supposed to come where you don't need to use primer. In theory. I normally prime them anyway. Because one, it hurts nothing. And two, it just makes me feel better. I'm actually surprised oh yeah, I definitely see a line there that should have been armor. Oops. I'm actually surprised I glued both legs on, but it probably had something to do with the way it ended up with the pieces. I honestly don't remember. So they are pretty close together. And I'm not being super precise right now because I'm getting this color down in the cracks. I will paint over the overflow when I get to the armor. Right now it's just important to get color. Oops. Down in there. remember to keep it in frame. If I take it out of frame, somebody fuss at me. There we go. So it goes to there. Oop. That part's supposed to be the armor bed, I think. There we go. Okay, well, if I'm gonna hurry. Okay. Make sure I get underneath the gun holster. Oop! Okay. Is this fine? Mistakes are allowed. I have to remind myself of that sometimes. It's like, that is an easy fix. Wild Dodrio appears if anybody wants to catch it. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to glue both these legs on, because like that right there is going to be a pain in the butt to... Like, how am I supposed to do that without getting paint on the side of the boot? Yeah, the answer is I'm not going to be able to do that very well. I'm just gonna have to go slow. And probably paint that section like 6 times. Pull them apart. You can re-glue it later. With the way I glued it, I can't really pull it apart. I would have to break it to get it apart. Or blame Serge for distracting you while you're gluing them together. Yeah, well, there is that. I could just blame him. This is true. Because he was there. Think. I can't say that for the Ahsokas because he wasn't here when I was working on that, but for these I'm pretty sure. I did them while we were watching Hermitcraft. Hey now, while true doesn't have to be brought to attention. Uh-huh. If you hear random noises, somebody is currently in the kitchen doing stuff. I don't know what they're doing. They are not breaking things at the moment, though it may sound like it. It sounded to me like they were shuffling things around in the dish drainer. But who knows? I'm not gonna go look. Okay. Oh, I see something interesting. There's not actually strictly boots, it looks like. Okay, so that's gonna make some things easier and some things harder. Honestly, probably just gonna end up picking the inside of the leg, just to heal and like trying to like pretend. kind of does look like there's boots there. I'm confused. Well, I guess who makes the rules? It's fine. I make the rules. And if there's boots there, they are also just blue. Green, whatever this is called. It has been decided. I noticed my hands are actually kind of shaky, all things considering. I probably... Well, that's interesting. So, painting precisely is a bit fun when that's the case. Okay, so that... Sorry, not sorry. Well... Shaky hands, not enough coffee. I feel like that's the opposite of the case normally. But sure, we can go with not enough coffee. To be fair, it was funny. I think, in all honesty, and I kind of remember having a debate with some of them, is it, like, with the way it gets glued together, it's really stupid. Like, sometimes, like, with the pieces that it comes in, it's just like, why? Who decided that that needed to be the case? Like, literally, I do remember this part. I don't remember what I was complaining about specifically, but, like, I remember every time I go to put these together, I'm like, who decided that was a good idea? Who was like, looked at the pieces they had and went, okay, these two pieces need to be separated. I'll give you an example that I know I have fussed about before. So, take a helmet, any helmet. So most of these are two pieces. Now, it's gonna have a really hard time focusing. But they're two pieces. The front, like, mask bit is a separate piece. I had to slide it in there and glue it. It's just like, why? For what? Why? Because it's not. It's like, I don't think that's a printing issue. Like, I don't feel like you needed to separate that because it was going to be difficult to print. Like, that doesn't feel like it was the case. Alright, so I'm going to pull my reference a little closer to where I can see it a little better. Okay. So it does look like this section is different than, excuse me, the elbow section. I'm going to think about what I want to do about that. But for now. So it looks like under the shoulder pads is like another piece of armor. Or like a different material than the rest. And like the underbit. Which is a little different than the other Mandalorian setup. Okay. But the hands... hands will be the same. See, this is also two separate pieces. I want to say this arm and this arm are the two pieces, but it might honestly, actually no, it's glued at the wrist, I think. I remember that happened a lot, where you would have a gun that was a two-handed gun, and the gun would just have both hands on it, and then you'd have to glue the wrist, which is arguably harder than some of the other positions because it's a flat surface. It's a lot easier to glue something together when it's got a notch where it can align. And like there's only really one way for it to sit quote unquote flat on it. Whereas with just like basically a cut off at the wrist, it's kind of like, well, hopefully I get it to where it's, when I hold it just right and I glue it on, it's flat. Otherwise, it's gonna be difficult. Now, is this gonna be fun to glue? Yep. It is. Okay, I'm not painting my nails today. I am painting mandos. Oh, it's a pretty color. It's not. I was trying to paint. But it wouldn't be a me painting session if I didn't get paint on my fingers, so. That Serge can also attest to, because I've shown him every time I painted this weekend, it was like all over me. Well, all over my hands, more specifically. And then it's like my dad's like, just wear gloves. I'm like, I don't like painting and wearing gloves. I don't like wearing the plastic gloves to begin with. Let alone when I'm trying to paint. Maybe just a little. Uh-huh. Just a little. Not as much as I've had in previous like situations, but that was with spray paint. So just a smidge of a difference. All right. Oh gosh, figuring out what's what's not armor on this is gonna be a little harder. Cause the other fun part with these mandos is they have the side panels, and yeah. Like, what is that? Oh, okay, so the side panel goes there. The hip armor. So we're just gonna make sure I'm on. Yep, in frame. Cool. Don't know why there's just stuff stuck to them, but it's fine. Do that. That. I don't think there's any armor there, because I don't think there's going to be room for armor there. Once the other pads of armor go on. The other part I'm debating, and it's one of the reasons I'm not going in and trying to do the armor right now, at least not the second, is I don't know whether I want to do black armor with gold highlights or whether I want to do just do the gold armor straight up. So I'm still debating about that in my head, and the nice thing is I can keep debating it till I start doing it. To be fair, I can always go back and change it. There's a wild bird you might in chat if anyone wants to catch it. I honestly could change it up and do a little bit of both, depending. Do a little bit of, like, some of them have full gold armor. Some of them have black and gold. That could be interesting. Trying to look at where. Okay. Obvious spot there. Why? Okay. That's okay. Try not to get the nice dragon caught it. Blue on the gun, maybe though, because we know that's not where that goes. Funnily enough. Did I manage to do it anyway? Looks that way. Okay. Backpack's gonna go here. So just put that. Whatever's visible. Will make work. Don't want to have to go in with paint after I put the backpack on and fix anything from being white. So sure. Ooh, you know what? I think I will do the jetpacks in black and gold though. We will do that. No matter what I decide on the armor. Okay, well, that went a little less precise than I would have liked it to be. Oh well. Okay. Main thing I have left, I think it's just the hands on this one, and then this color. What am I going for? Okay, thought so. I don't know how much of this we're actually going to get done today. In all honesty, I may choose to focus on these two that we've already started a little bit. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But we can definitely switch colors here for a little bit to give me a break from doing this work. Oh, look at that. That automatically already filled. Perfect. Cool. So. Well, we might not switch colors just yet because I think I know how I want to do the helmets and I want to start on that. We can get this base color in, then I can come back and go in with the gold. Actually, I'm gonna let that dry before I do anything else on that. Admittedly, I wish all the helmets had spikes. Like, why do some of them have spikes and some of them don't? I think it's silly. That hold will work a little better, I think. Sorry, chat. That was not okay. Well, alright. I wanted to be over there. That's why the finished mandos are not that close to what I'm working on right now. Because you never know when things will jump. Where they're not supposed to. So I do intend to make the horns gold. I think that's gonna look really cool. Is it gonna be a pain to do? Probably. But I think it's gonna be worth it. Second, I am cleaning some brushes. And letting the one out I had earlier for stirring out to dry. You know, and we're gonna take a second and pull Padme over here and do a little bit. Just a smidge of the work on the cloak that I wanted to do. Because those who missed it earlier, when I glued this all together, I noticed some interesting errors as far as color stuff. Because this cloak was actually 3 different pieces. So, and I painted it all separately, but then I realized when putting it together that it would need a little bit of work once that part was, like, once it was all put together, just so that it would not look as separated as it is. So even just doing that made a lot of difference. Where else did it need that? A little bit right here. hopefully that will help that look a little better. Pulling out the brushes that might work. I might just have to wash one of the ones I already used. Wild Noivern appears if anyone wants to catch it. And I think that's just too long of a brush for this. Well, for the black in this case, I don't need a precise brush. I will need it for when I try to put the gold on this. Event Pokemon, yes. This is true. That's a little bit more water than I want. There we go. Trying not to flick this paint all over everything. A little bit of slow and steady, more precision. Nice, dragon, you caught it. Okay. The interesting thing about the flames is that on the picture, they look transparent. They don't come transparent. So I don't know how exactly that happened. Whoever painted it for the picture. But at some point, I will simply just do my best fire impression on them. I don't remember what I did last time. Oh, the others I had don't actually have flames. They're just, they must have just used it and the flame must have finished. Or they were frozen in time. Excuse me, I'm probably gonna need to mute for a second. Let me finish this jetpack and then we can take a second. Ah! So I'll have to figure out a combo of colors that'll work for that. That's a later Clara problem. Okay. Now let me do. I'm back. I am gonna roll backwards though and get some water. There's definitely some lighting changes going on. I'm not... Got like 3 different lights on right now, so hopefully we'll be good. Yeah, that was black. Sitting slightly differently for a minute so that my body has a break from how I was sitting. More of my Hermitcraft merch showed up today, so that's exciting. I'm actually wearing this shirt, but I'm wearing it underneath the flannel, because the flannel is a painting shirt. And I was like, you know what? I'll just wear it over it so I don't get paint on my new shirt. Yeah, that's exciting. I think the only things I'm now waiting on are the stuff that's for pre-order that I got. The new stamp stickers and the pins were both pre-order. So that'll be whenever that was supposed to... I think those are supposed to ship in October. I don't remember. The fun part was something else that I ordered. Also shipped, apparently. And I didn't know because it hadn't said it had been, like, left the, like, prep stage, basically. But it was also in the mailbox. So I was like, let's go! Bonus! Surprise! Well, I mean, not complete surprise, because obviously I ordered it, but surprise in the sense of, like, I wasn't expecting it yet, because as far as I knew, it hadn't left where it was coming from yet. That sentence didn't completely make sense. But you get the idea. You get the idea. Okay, what I am gonna do is also paint the gun black. We might go in with the shiny black to go over it later. But yeah, here we go. Black is both the best and the worst color to work with in this case, because it easily covers up any mistakes you make next to it, but it also very easily makes very hard to fix mistakes. It's one of those issues. So okay, yeah, because that just created an interesting bit there that I'm gonna have to figure out how to cover up. It's fine, everything's fine. But I don't want it to be one of the last bits I do, the black guns, because then if I make any mistakes, I have to really go back and try to, like, remake it perfect, which is annoying. Okay, there we go. I'm thinking. Do that armor in that color. Yeah. No. Belt on that one's weird. Like it's there, but it's not there. I'm just gonna have to draw on a belt and just be like, that's where the belt is. End of discussion. I think it's partly because it's got these things, which are little armor pieces, and I think it's messing up like my perception of where the belt is actually. This is going to require a little bit of precision, but hopefully this brush can do that. I'll be able to do it on this mask. It's the other mask that's going to be the trouble one. Oh, that one's still a little sticky. Alright. Acrylic dries fast, but sometimes not as fast as I would like. Excuse me. Alright, I have ideas. I think I just need to go for it and change my mind later. Or not. So I'm thinking at least the bands will be black. So I don't think those need to be gold. Nice thing is with the color I picked, at least in this lighting, you can't really tell when I make a slight mistake with the edges. I'll probably go back over it at some point. There is a wild something Pokemon in chat. Azrael again. If anyone wants to catch it. Alright, hold on. I need to look at this really closely. Okay. I think that's okay. Okay, that was a little bit further up than I meant it to be. The belt's gonna be black. Hopefully the gold goes over it not too bad and I don't have to like do anything too crazy. Okay, there are bits there that need more blue. Nice, Dragon, you caught it! Catching all the Pokemon today. Do, do, do. Oops. I might have to stop in a minute because my arm is hurting. I want to get the proof of concept done. But we may have to switch to something else and I may take a break. Come back to it later tonight. Funnily enough, it's not the arm that's painting that's the problem, it's the one that's holding minis. Oop! That went a little bit everywhere. Mm-hmm. Hopefully by the time I get the black finished on this one, I maybe can take my other brushes and put gold on something. Just to see that. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I don't think you guys can really see the color differences here. It all probably looks a little black. I promise there is a color difference. There is blue and then there's black. It's probably really hard to tell with this lighting. Which is one of the problems here, but... Oh. Okay. Let's see. I want to just do the rest of that in gold. Well, I'll do the bit around the head in black, actually. Alright, the music decided to be a silly goose. There we go. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay. What I'm gonna have to do one day is not try to do an art stream at night, maybe. Because I don't know about the quality of y'all's ability to see. I imagine it's worse than mine. But the darkness has definitely made this a little difficult. Just a smidge. It's all black. Yeah. I kind of figured. Because it's not that way to me. But then I looked at the stream replay and I was like, wait a second. I think y'all are just seeing all black. Which is fine. It's totally fine. I promise you, it's not all one color. You can kind of... I doubt you can actually see that though. I wonder if I could bring a light closer somehow. If I moved y'all over here, but that would be a pain. I might do that at the closest to when I get done with this bit. So you can see it in a little better color. I can move it closer to my lamp. I'm just gonna... I don't really. No, you know what? I can't see where the armor is on that, so we're just gonna. Not worry about it. I was just thinking I wanted to pull my phone out to send somebody a message, and then I was like, oh wait, I can't do that. Want to know why? You are currently. My phone is right there. Kind of hard to do that. And even if I did, everyone else, y'all would see it all. So let me paint this belt, and then I'll take a second. That bit. Yeah. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay. Let's grab this color, this brush. I'm gonna clean these other 2 off real quick. Should we do a little bit of gold? I feel like we should. Did I even get any on the brush? Sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a few coats. Blends that edge a little bit better. There's a wild tarantula in chat if anyone wants to try to catch it. So weird. I don't know why, but the dashboard on my iPad does not show everybody's badges. Well, it doesn't show some of the badges. Like, for some reason, Dragon has a sub badge, but Mousy doesn't. Like, hello? Twitch? So, like, founders badges and mod badges aren't showing. Neither is VIP. But Dragon's sub badge is showing. Make it make sense. Nice, you both caught it. See if I can get it by the neck. Dang it, I got a little bit on the... Oh, I was gonna have to go back over this with the blue anyway. I think that's gonna look really cool. It's not gonna focus on it, of course. Oh, dang it, I got some of the bit where the black's supposed to go. Alright, well. Yeah, okay. Okay, good. Let's not the bit underneath it. And it needs a little bit of work. But I think that's gonna look cool. Okay. Just do that. I'm gonna have to do multiple coats on the parts that I painted black, I think. Which is a lesson for painting the other backpacks. I may not paint them completely black once I decide where I'm putting the gold. I may leave that bit not black. Okay. Let's this. Oop. That is not focusing for y'all at all, is it? Yeah, that's not coming up at all. Okay. Stuck to my finger. Okay. I think I'm done for now, but I may do a little bit more off camera because I think I want to try to get all the teal bits in just to, excuse me, in case that paint dries up. But I wonder if I can get it to focus. That's a little better. Yeah, we got a little bit done. I definitely need a better setup for this, but it is what it is. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Let me see. Let me move things. Hold on. Move this back over here before I forget to move back over there. Let me see if there's anybody to raid. Alright, I don't see anybody I want to raid right now. Thank you everybody for hanging out. You're welcome, Dragon. I think I'm streaming on Friday. Because the family thing I thought was happening on Friday is actually happening on Sunday. So. Tier for stream or was cool. I do think I need to not do that when it's getting dark because it got really hard for y'all to be able to see. Hi, Prelude. What was that? Okay, I'll eat chocolate after I hit stop streaming. But without the restrictions of having to be on that side of my desk, I think I can finish up some things before I go to bed tonight. Thank you everybody for hanging out and lurking and all the stuff and things. And yeah, I should be streaming Friday. We will see.